Hey everybody! Today we're going to be solving compound interest using an exponential function. So let's take a look. We invest $2,000 into an account that has an interest rate of 3% per year. And that interest rate is going to be compounded annually, which means once per year. What is this account worth in 20 years? Now this is an exponential function that we're going to be working with. So our equation is y equals ab to the power of x. And although your teacher can use different variables and letters, they all mean the exact same thing as this. We can always replace. A is our initial value. And in this case, it's the amount that we invested. It's the $2,000. That's our A value. B, which is the base of our exponential function, we can calculate this by taking 1 plus whatever our interest rate is represented as a decimal. So we're going to have to take that 3% interest and turn that into a decimal. In order to do that, we divide by 100. 3 divided by 100 is 0.03, which means we can calculate the base of our exponential function by doing 1 plus 0.03, and now we have our base 1.03, and we are good to go. And that's the spot that usually gets people. X, that's our time, and in this case, it's 20 years. So we can say x equals 20. Let's go ahead and fill everything in. Y is equal to 2,000 times our base, which we've calculated as 1.03, and that's going to be to the power of whatever our time is, however many years passed. In this case, 20. We can put this right into our calculator as is 2,000 times 1.03 to the power of 20, and it's going to spit out an answer, $3,612.22. The power of compound interest. The tricky part is getting that base. Once you have that base, you can fill these numbers in, and you're going to be able to solve that. In this example, it was done annually, but what if instead our account had the exact same interest rate, but it was compounded monthly instead of annually? What would its value be after the 20-year period? So we're keeping the 3% interest, we're keeping the 20-year period, but we're going to compound it monthly. If you get asked a question like this, the first step that you're going to need to figure out is what the monthly interest rate is. Now, it was 3% for a whole year. That's 3% per year. We need to figure out what it is per month. And since there are 12 months in a year, we can do 3 divided by 12 and find out that it's 0.25% per month. This is going to give us a new B value. It's not going to be 1.03 anymore. It's going to be 1 plus whatever our new interest is. But watch out, that's 0.25%. We still need to divide it by 100, just like we had to divide the 3 by 100. When you take this 0.25 and divide by 100, we get 0.0025. That's the trick. When you add those together, the base in this case is 1.0025. You have to remember to divide by 100 when you take that interest rate. It's 20 years still, but since we're talking about months, we're going to have to convert that 20 years into months, which means multiplying it by 12, because there's 12 months in a year, that equals 240 months. We have our A value still. That's the $2,000 we invested. So we can set this up. Y equals 2,000. That's our initial deposit. Our new base is 1.0025. That is the 1 plus whatever our interest rate is divided by 100. Now that it's months, it's 240. Don't forget, this is the exact same equation. Y equals AB to the X. If you put this into your calculator and chunk this out, you're going to get $3,641.51, which I suppose it's a little less than $30. But that's good. I mean, that's good news for you. So if you have your bank interest calculated monthly instead of annually, you do make a little bit extra money. The big thing to remember here, folks, when you're doing compound interest is calculating that base value. You have to remember to take your interest rate, divide it by 100, and add it to 1. Once you have that b value, usually the rest of the equation is going to fall into place. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you get all your questions right.